Welcome, welcome, welcome into another day and another lesson of in A Course in Miracles. Oh my goodness. Yesterday we completed lesson 42, which is God is my strength, vision is his gift. And today we are on lesson 43. God is my source, I cannot see apart from God. And you can also change that to love. Love is my source. I cannot see apart from love. So yeah, let's get into just a short little grounding practice. In the Course in Miracles, it says one of the reasons we ended up in hell is because we forgot how to laugh. So maybe part of your practice today is just to invite a little bit of laughter in. Just seeing if you can just let yourself laugh a little bit. Get into the present moment with just a little laughter. I'm laughing at my own frustration from earlier. Just taking a few deep breaths. Okay. Once you get started, it's just so hard to stop. It can be hard to stop laughing. Okay. Just a few more seconds here. All right, let's get into this. All right. Lesson 43, God is my source. I cannot see apart from God. Perception is not an attribute of God. So we could change this again. Perception is not an attribute of love. Love is a realm of knowledge. But here's the thing. God created the Holy Spirit as a mediator between perception and knowledge. And without this link with God, perception would have replaced knowledge forever in your mind. With this link with God, with the Holy Spirit, perception will become so changed and purified that that perception will lead to knowledge. That is perception's function as the Holy Spirit sees it. Therefore, that's its function in truth. In God, you cannot see. Perception has no function in God and does not exist. Yet in salvation, which is the undoing of what never was, perception has a mighty purpose. Made by the child of God, made by us for an unholy purpose, it must become the means for the restoration of our innocence to our awareness, of your innocence, bringing your innocence back to your awareness. Perception has no meaning. Yet does the Holy Spirit give it a meaning very close to God's. Healed perception becomes the means by which the child of God, you forgive your equal, forgive a brother, forgive another. So those are some of the substitutions I use, right? So by which the Son of God forgives his brother and thus forgives himself, right? So if we were to say that again, healed perception becomes the means by which you forgive your equals, forgive another, forgive your brother, and thus forgive yourself. You cannot see apart from God because you cannot be apart from God. Oh, let's go through that one again. So powerful. You cannot see apart from God because you cannot be apart from God. Whatever you do in God, because whatever you think with God's mind. If vision is real, and it is real, to the extent to which it shares the Holy Spirit's purpose, then you cannot see apart from God. So 3 5-minute practice periods are required today, one as early and one as late as possible in the day. The third may be undertaken at the most convenient and suitable time that circumstances and readiness permit. At the beginning of these practice periods, repeat the idea for today with your eyes open. Then glance around you for a short time, applying the idea specifically to what you see. 4 or 5 subjects for this phase of the practice period are sufficient. You might say, for example, God is my source. I cannot see this desk apart from Him. God is my source. I cannot see this picture apart from Him. Although this part of the exercise period should be relatively short, be sure that you select subjects for this phase of the practice indiscriminately, without self-directed inclusion or exclusion. And for the second and longer phase, close your eyes and repeat today's idea again. Repeat the idea for the day again. God is my source. I cannot see apart from God. And then let whatever relevant thoughts occur to you add to the idea in your own personal way. So thoughts such as, I see through the eyes of forgiveness. I see the world as blessed. The world can show me myself. I see my thoughts, which are like God's. Any thought related more or less directly to today's idea is suitable. The thoughts need not bear any obvious relationship to the idea, but they should not be in opposition to it. If you find your mind wandering, if you begin to be aware of the thoughts which are clearly out of accord with today's idea, or if you seem to be unable to think of anything, open your eyes, repeat the first phase. God is my source. I cannot see this couch apart from Him. And then attempt the second phase again. Do not allow any protracted period to occur in which you become preoccupied with irrelevant thoughts. Return to the first phase of the exercise as often as is necessary to repeat this. So during the first 5 minutes, you might go back to the first phase 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. It might be every minute. All that matters is that you're making sure you're not wandering too far off, okay? In applying today's idea in the shorter practice periods, the form may vary according to the circumstances and situations in which you find yourself during the day. When you are with someone else, for example, try to remember to tell them silently, God is my source. I cannot see you apart from Him. This form is equally applicable to strangers as it is to those you think are closer to you. In fact, try not to make distinctions of this kind at all. Today's idea should be applied throughout the day to various situations and events that may occur, particularly those which seem to distress you in any way. For this purpose, apply this form of the idea, God is my source. I cannot see this apart from Him. If no particular subject presents itself to your awareness at the time, merely repeat the idea in its original form. Try today not to allow any long periods of time to slip by without remembering today's idea, and thus remembering your function. So let's get into the 5 minutes. Again, as a reminder, choosing 4 or 5 subjects. God is my source. I cannot see such and such apart from Him. And then closing our eyes, saying, God is my source. I cannot see apart from Him. And then letting any and all related ideas show up. And if your mind starts to go somewhere random, just bring yourself back to eyes open, looking around. I cannot see. God is my source. I cannot see that pillow apart from Him. All right, let's get started with the first part of the practice. Beginning to finish up on those last couple of thoughts. This is the second practice in a row where it's saying the more often, yesterday it was the more often you repeat the idea during the day, the more often you'll be reminding yourself that the goal of the Course is important to you and that you've not forgotten it. And then today, try today not to allow any long periods of time to slip by without remembering today's idea and thus remembering your function. So what we're being asked to do is to just remember. Thank you for completing that first practice period with me today. It's 2 more 5-minute practice periods, and then also just using it throughout the day, using it indiscriminately with the people that you see. God is my source. I cannot see you apart from Him. And in any various situations you happen to find yourself in. Let's remember together, walking each other home. Much love, and I will look forward to joining with you tomorrow.